Okay, the first recession-proof side hustle I want to talk about is going to be pressure washing. We can discuss the equipment that you're going to need. We'll talk about the price, how much you can charge to actually do this, and what service you can offer. The first thing you want to look for when you're pressure washing is, of course, going to be a pressure washer. You're going to need a high pressure hose to go with your pressure washer, a spray gun, nozzle, chemical injectors, detergent tank, a water tank if you don't have a continuous water supply. Most of the time when you're just getting started out, that's not going to really be a viable option for you. So you can always use the customer's water. They understand, and you're just getting started. So that's the case. You're just getting started and you won't have access to that type of equipment. And hey, if you're fully into it and know this is what you want to do, you can always look and do your research on that and find a water tank for you. But moving on, you're probably going to need an extension wand if you plan on doing any house washes, which is another service that you can offer when you're doing a pressure washing business. You're going to need probably some safety gear. I would recommend probably some boots that are water resistant, shoes that are water resistant. That can kind of slow you down if you're walking around with wet shoes. So make sure you have the proper equipment. You also probably want to have a mask to keep a lot of the chemicals that you're going to be using from, getting in the wrong places, of course. What I'll do, I'm going to make another video also strictly on pressure washing and let you know exactly what you're going to need and go in a little bit more depth and detail as far as the equipment that's necessary to start a pressure washing business. But that's about it. The services that you can offer with pressure washing are pretty much numerous. You can do anything from wash cars. You can, of course, do concrete. You can do house washing, window washing. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Once you get started, you'll find yourself, wanting to do bigger and better jobs. So you also have the opportunity to work with businesses, real estate agents, restaurants. Garbage can cleaning is a big one where you can make pretty decent money doing that. But of course, with the commercial properties, that does come with more expense as far as, what you're going to need and equipment you're going to use to get the job done. There also is going to be the insurance that I believe is truly necessary if you're going to be getting into this business. They do have some low cost options for you, so I wouldn't stress that too much. Just making sure that you're getting taken care of. The last thing we want to talk about, of course, is how much can you charge. Generally with pressure washing, you can range anywhere from like $100 for a concrete wash all the way up to $650 for a house wash or something like that. And it just depends on the size of the job that you're doing. They do have some charts and things available for you, so you'll know what to charge when you're doing that. But again, pressure washing has been good to me. Hopefully it'll be good to you too. But that's just another option for a side hustle during this recession of 2023. The next side hustle we want to talk about that's recession proof is going to be the handyman service. Being a handyman is one of my favorite services because of the fact that I'm one of those people that likes to work on things, likes to make sure they're functioning properly. The tools you're going to need as far as being a handyman are pretty basic. All the things that you think you may need is probably laying around the house right now. So you have a hammer. That's number one. Anything you can fit into a tool belt, screwdrivers. You want to make sure you have your drill. And of course, a ladder always comes in handy, as you can tell from me changing this fan right here. Safety goggles. You want to make sure you have that. Some of these pieces of equipment and tools are transferable across the board on these three side hustles too. So it's really just a one-time investment and you can move on from there. The job is going to really determine what equipment and tools you're going to need always check with your customers to make sure, you know, they're giving you the right information as far as what it's going to take to get the job done. You definitely want to make sure you're quoting people, and that's with all these services. It's an important thing to do. It's part of customer service as far as letting the customer know exactly what to expect up front, and in return you get the option to know exactly how long it's going to take you to do the job and the equipment that you're going to need to get the job done, because there's nothing like going to a customer's house and having to make several trips back and forth to Home Depot or Lowe's or any of those. Now, the services that you're going to be able to offer as a handyman, again, it's a variety of things that you can do. Just a couple of the options, as you can see. You can change fans, you can change lights, you can paint, you can change little general plumbing, whether it's a sink faucet or even maybe even fixing a toilet. Things like that don't require a license. Any extra, you still want to make sure that you're insured for your handyman services, because you never know. You won't need it till you need it, type of thing, but you don't want to need it and not have it. So make sure you get that covered. But back to the services that you're able to do as a handyman. Again, these are kind of repeat customers. A lot of the services that we're offering are going to be services that customers generally can do themselves, but they just don't have the time. So anything that you see somebody may need around your neighborhood, whether it's repairing a fence, general stuff like that, they may have a light outside out or anything, so that's definitely where you start. That's where I got started, was in my neighborhood, and of course with family. That's always helpful if you have a supportive family that's there to kind of get you going, get the word out, and let people know what you're doing. Of course, you want to advertise as much as you possibly can. You can use the things that people commonly use nowadays. Of course, social media is hot for advertising. So, the advertising aspect of all these jobs is not as difficult as a lot of people make it seem. Just get out there and do the work and you'll make it happen. Some of the other services that you can offer as a handyman are simple things like changing out the desk, repairing a desk. There's so many options when it comes to doing that. Installing shelves in a customer's house, a lot of different things. So you name it, it can possibly be done. You also want to think about how much you're getting paid while you're doing this. As you can tell with this fan install, it didn't take me long at all to get that taken care of and knocked out. A fan install can generally take you about 30-45 minutes, just depending on the scope of the project. And so in 2 hours, you can make upwards of $200-$250 if you're installing fans at that rate. So it's something to consider. 2 hours of work and you made a little close to $250. It's not bad. So again, like I say, just another side hustle for the recession of 2023. Last but not least is my favorite side hustle. Side in this, all that kind of good deal. Lawn care be one of those things you hide, and maybe done. The end word is worth for hustles that you can own without much. You'll see a lot of lawn care business have a crew, comes probably a little bit more inefficiency. But again, if you enjoy what you're doing, you'll do it free. I don't want those things that I get to love and get paid for. The equipment that you're gonna need is get a lawnmower. Starting out, go push more, But like I said, if you're fully invested into it, just have jump in, and the cost it drives up with lawnmower. Again, I'll do some detail as far as the services you can offer and how I start. And of course, we always know how much we're getting paid for. National average is going to be $50 for a yard. Again, it's depending on the scope of the and how many yards you. So if you match, you can probably cut it. If you got a right mow, you can cut average probably in about 45 an hour. All those things that a lot of people tend to leave to the wayside, and make sure you're giving the customer quality and the money if you're doing something that you love to do. Kind of brings it to the video. I definitely got any kind of value out of this video. Like and subscribe button. And until next time, it's Mr. Bouquet, and I'm out.